Hi, and welcome to the Bud's Cooking Show. I'm your host today, Joey Quibido with Cash Shave and Pickle Wiggly here in Annapolis.
And I'm Chef Jason Huguet from right here at the Steamboat Warehouse in
right.
Washington, Louisiana.
And we got a wonderful chef art with us today, Mr. Jason himself, and he's going to be cooking like a seafood stuffed bell peppers for us.
Right.
Right?
Today we're discussing the soiree, which is upcoming
right.
that we go to. We're all there every year.
That's correct, yes.
So I'm going to make one of the dishes that I want to go meta with in the past. So it's going to be some seafood stuffed bell peppers. I call them Southern bells.
Southern bell?
Yes.
And
so I'm
I'm
going to show
sure
you
it's going to be awesome like
Right.
always. So join us back for more What's Cooking in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Again, Jason's going to be doing some Southern Belle for us, which is a seafood stuffed bell pepper that he won a gold medal with at the soiree. And we'll be discussing a lot of that the whole show. So, Jason, where do we start at?
Okay, let me start this real quick. We have a little bit of butter right here. I'm going to go ahead and...
Like we
a
always
little
say, you
bit.
got to start off with the good stuff.
Yes.
It's got to be the good butter.
And this is unsalted.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to kind of get this melted a little bit. And this is a seafood stuffing that we make. So let's put our heat pretty high because we don't have a whole lot of time. This is going to be a quick version of it.
Okay.
I'm going to take some onions. This is probably about a half of a medium onion. We're also going to take a little bit of celery, you know, a couple of tablespoons, very simple. Not much. I don't like to overpower with the celery, you know.
Right.
And then one of my favorite things, some fresh minced garlic.
Yes, sir.
So,
And
as
Jason, I'm sorry, you've won so many different medals and everything with soiree, and this is another one that you produced into us today. How many medals have you won? You have any idea?
Not really. I'd say 40 to 50 maybe.
Wow.
Including like the actual first and
Yes.
second place. We've won some seconds, but I'd say 95% of them were first place medals.
Right, yeah.
We won Best of Show, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. People's Choice 4 or 5 times. Like when I used to compete still and they would ask me to list some of your previous awards, I always kind of got like,
Confused, yeah.
discombobulated. So
I know what you mean. And congratulations again. Again, you have gotten Top Chef Award for the best of best in St. Landry Parish. Congratulations.
very huge honor, very humble
Yes.
to say that.
Well deserved, though.
Well, I appreciate that. But it's very humbling, you know, like to see that. It's 13 years in a row, and it's just
13
mind-boggling.
years.
You know,
That's-
it's amazing, and
It
it's
is.
very thankful, blessed. Can't say thank you enough.
But again, it's well deserved, yes,
well,
definitely.
I appreciate that. So, okay, so we got our little mixture that's going real quick.
Okay.
So we have a pot of water here. So what I do with the steamboat, whenever I'm going to prepare this, you know, we do these every day. So on the regular menu, I'll take a fresh whole green bell pepper, and what I do is I just cut it lengthwise. And I kind of leave the stem on for presentation purposes, but I actually pull out the little seeds, the little white membrane section, you know, just kind of clean it up. You can do this however you like. You can leave them whole and just cut the tops off. Some people do that, some restaurants do it. We're gonna put this in our hot boiling water.
And you just gotta blanch them a little while and
Right.
just soften them up.
Now, when I do them in the kitchen, I don't boil them for nearly as long, but our little stove right here that we're using today is an older model, and it's our little baby.
Yeah,
But
we still love it. It's been with
Right.
us, what, almost 10 years now?
oh, at least
At
10
least.
or 12.
12, yeah.
But it doesn't have the BTUs that my commercial stove would have, so it's going to take a little longer today than it normally does for me. So, but we're just going to show you a very simple version.
What we do is we just take a little time in between sets and then,
Yeah.
yeah.
But what we're going to do is, because once we get them to the point where we want the cooked, you know, level, we're going to pull it out. We're going to have some ice here. We're going to add some water to it, and we're going to blanch. Like after we blanch it, we're going to shock it to basically stop the cooking process.
Stop the cooking, okay.
Just like you would do with some asparagus if you was doing, you know, blanching some fresh asparagus.
Right. Now, you using all 3 different seafoods today, or you use shrimp, crab meat, and crawfish, or you just using?
We're gonna end up using all 3 seafoods today.
Okay.
All those 3. But in the stuffing, I'm gonna put shrimp that we have over here,
Okay.
and some fresh crab meat. That's
Okay.
all local Louisiana product. The crawfish tail meat, which is also a local product, we'll show you that later on, but it's a crawfish tail brand that we've been using for the last 2-3 years, and we've used it on the show before, and they're maybe about 10 minutes down the road
Right.
towards
yeah.
LeBeau. So we just really want to kind of,
Really nice fresh stuff.
yeah. Of course, we don't get it fresh right now,
Right.
because, you know,
They need a little break sometime.
right,
in
but
the off season.
during the off season, you know, what we do is at the end of the crawfish season, we buy as much as we can, and I store it in my own freezer. So
Right.
at least
and they do
you
vacuum
have,
pack it to where it's
Yeah.
like really. I mean, when you open it up, it looks fresh.
it does. I mean, the way they pack them in this really heavy duty paper now, or
That's right.
packaging.
Mm-hmm.
So you really just want to get them a little translucent. We're almost there.
You can smell the garlic too. I know
My
you
favorite.
like that smell.
Yes. So, okay, so normally I would let this go a little bit longer,
Okay.
but of course we don't, you know, we're kind of pressed for time on the show today. So I'm gonna take some of this fresh, local Louisiana shrimp. This is from the Gulf. These are a 150 to 200 count.
Mm-hmm.
And so all I'm looking for here is just to try to get the shrimp to a little pink color.
Pink color.
And once it's pink, we're gonna add our crab meat. We have some fresh, beautiful crab meat we have right here.
Nice stuff,
We're
really.
gonna add that next.
And it's like crab meat and the shrimp, what we're talking about. You really don't use too big of a size
Not in a
because
stuffing,
right, yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
obviously
it's gonna break up if you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, using this, you know, I use this in, you know, mostly stuffings.
Yes.
Sometimes I might do it in a sauce. Usually I use a bigger shrimp
Yes. Mm-hmm.
for a sauce, maybe a 40-50 or a 70-90 count, which are bigger than these.
Right. You don't use them like with your fried shrimp. You use like a 21-25 or something
Right.
like that. Or on boiled, they use like even 16-20s.
Yeah, head on.
Head on, yeah.
But for those at home that aren't really familiar with the size of shrimp and how to buy them,
Tell 'em.
usually the smaller the count, the bigger the shrimp are.
Correct.
These are 150 and up, that's a high number, that's the smallest ones.
Mm-hmm.
You go down to a 70-90, those are bigger,
Right.
and then you go to 40-50, those are bigger. A 21-25 would be bigger than those.
And see, people kind of get confused. It's like, okay, what do they mean by numbers? And
Right.
that's exactly what it is, the size. And sometimes you'll find some actual crawfish tail meat that's actually the same thing. They kind of gauge it that way.
Right, yeah.
But, I mean,
I use the bigger crawfish tails if you can find them. They're harder to find.
yeah, they are hard to find.
But I
yeah.
use the bigger ones to fry.
To
Those are-
fry,
those are
yeah.
awesome. But
That's what Paula likes the
that's
best.
the select ones, and they're hard to come by,
Uh-huh.
and they're very expensive.
Yes.
So you see our shrimp are getting pink. You don't want to overcook the shrimp because we're going to add our crab meat to it.
Okay.
Very simple so far, right? Anybody at home can do this.
Yes, sir.
And you can smell the other seafood. You're starting to get the
Oh, yeah.
aroma, aromatic.
Yes, sir.
So all we're doing, the crab meat, since it's already cooked, we're just trying to get the flavors imported into that.
Okay.
So we're just going to let that simmer for, or whatever,
Couple
go
of minutes.
for
Well,
about,
I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back and we'll go into the next part of the bell peppers.
That sounds good.
Okay, join us back for more with Cookin. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Again, Jason's got nice southern bells going on for us right now, which is the seafood stuffed bell peppers
Yep.
that you won a gold medal with on the soiree, which we're going to be talking about during this segment. And we're going to actually be showing how to stuff the bell peppers and everything.
Right.
So Jason, you take over.
Okay, so we got our little sauce that we're going to have our little pan right here. We kind of preheated. This, okay, this one. So we just got a little bit of cream. We don't need much. So we're gonna let that start going.
Okay, using heavy whipping cream.
Heavy whipping cream,
Okay.
40% fat. Okay, so we have our little stuffing that's looks great, smells great. All we got left to do is season it. So I'm gonna take, the only thing I season mine with, I don't do those all-purpose seasons for items like this or soups or stuff. I just do straight cayenne pepper, which I figured you would love.
Oh, I love cayenne pepper. Love any kind of pepper.
Right.
The hotter the better.
Some salt. Gotta have enough salt. All right, Joe, you can turn this burner off if you
Okay,
don't
sir.
mind.
Not a problem.
Maybe put
You
a
off.
little more salt. Stir it up a bit.
Okay, we were talking about soiree, Jason. We again, it's coming up September the 10th, and it's gonna be at Evangeline Downs Event Center, and the doors open at
5:30 for the wine tasting.
okay. We have like Republic's gonna be there,
Yes.
and maybe a few other people that we're talking about
Right.
that might be there for the tasting and stuff, and then actually the doors open to come into
The
sampling.
chef sampling and tasting is gonna be 6 o'clock.
6, okay.
Right. So
And then tickets are what, $40 a piece?
$40 per ticket. There's 40 something, 45, 48. There's 40 plus dishes right now.
Wow.
So not many places you can go to and taste that many dishes. You probably
Not
can't
for
even
that
get to
price.
them all.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's all local people. There's people all the way from Lafayette, Cypress Bayou Casino, and all the way that
And
way.
here in Opelousas.
And here in Opelousas, all the people around here that have great items to try.
Yes, definitely.
So check them out. So let me take this out real quick, Joey. I got
Okay.
some bell peppers. I have some ice. We blanched them. Now we want to shock them. So I'm going to put some water in here just to kind of have some cool water for them to actually
Stop cooking.
right. So that's going to chill for a minute. It doesn't take long, 4 or 5 minutes. So our sauce is actually going. So what I want to do next is I want to show you how we're going to take some breadcrumbs. Now
Okay.
this stuffing, you know, you don't want to, like in any stuffing, you don't want to put too much breadcrumbs because you don't want it dry and you don't want it to taste just like the bread.
Right.
So
And actually, a lot of your dishes over here at the Steamboat, and I noticed this from before, that you don't put a lot of bread like other restaurants do
Right.
because you actually want the taste of the seafood
But right,
and not dry.
you spend that kind of money on this and you have this great quality Louisiana seafood products. You know,
Right.
why cover them up with the taste of bread? If that's the case, put it on some bread and eat it as a sandwich.
Correct, yeah. And the only reason why you're actually using the bread is to thicken it up to be able to
Just to be
Stuff it,
like for a
right.
binder, just to
Okay.
keep it together so it doesn't really, you know, it
fall apart. on
right.
you.
It wouldn't be a
Yes.
stuffing if you didn't.
Gotcha.
So this is pretty much all we want to do.
Nice, very nice.
So we have our sauce going. You don't want it to go too long. Into our sauce, we're gonna put a little bit of our house seasoning. Not too much. This is the seasoning we make here at the Steamboat.
So what's in your seasoning? You gonna tell us the secret or not really?
It's not a secret. The secret is really like the amounts.
That's true to everything, yeah, pretty much.
Right. You know, it's your basic seasoning. It's got granulated garlic, granulated onion, all the different peppers,
Cayenne
white
pepper.
yeah, cayenne, white pepper, black pepper, paprika, stuff like that. But our seasoning, what I like about it the most is that it has its salt and it has its kick to it, but not overpowering. It has more of the flavoring agents than it has
That's right.
salt. It's not too salty, not too spicy.
That's right.
So you can just add.
Speaking about all the different seasoning and everything else, and all the stuff that Jason is using here today can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly or Cash Saver store here in Opelousas and Piggly Wiggly's in the surrounding area. You know, just come by and we'll be glad to take care of it. We got
Right.
2 locations here in Opelousas. We have
8410 Highway 182 North, and we have 1305 Heather Drive.
That's right, that's Cash Saver. And like I said, we got Celia, we got Scott, we got pig stores,
Right.
you know,
They got
everywhere
one.
in the
They got
general
one in your area,
yes.
no matter where you're from. There's
Yes,
one in your area.
Mamu, Church Point, you know, so just go by and if there's anything special that you need, I'm sure all the guys over there will be glad to take care of you.
All right,
You
Joe.
know, we got really nice cuts of meat and stuff and seafood, fresh vegetables, whatever you need.
Right. Everything you can ask for.
That's
where I
correct,
shop.
yes.
Okay, so we have our bell pepper. It's very cool to the touch. You can feel it's
Yes,
completely
sir.
stopped.
It's cold.
And we're just gonna stuff this baby. Put enough of
Now
the
you're making me
seafood in
hungry,
it.
hungry.
But you saw how easy that was. Anybody can make this. All right.
Yeah, but it seems like nobody can do it just like you, Jason. You
Well,
just got that touch.
Come on now.
That's why you got the gold medal.
Right. Okay, so this is what we're gonna put in the oven, except for one more thing I want to show y'all. And this is to me what kind of makes it really nice. We're gonna take, so we have breadcrumbs right here, right? And we have some fresh shredded Parmesan. And so
That's the secret.
Right.
Right there.
and what you do is if you put this in the oven, just like this, which we're about to do.
Now, Jason, we want to tell everybody at home, this is just plain breadcrumbs. It's not Italian or
Right, good point.
or garlic or anything like that. It's just the plain breadcrumbs.
Non-seasoned. This is just
Got
straight
it.
up
Okay.
breadcrumbs. You can season it with whatever you want at home if you'd like. And I don't. I put breadcrumbs. I put the Parmesan cheese. You can even put the little like fresh grated Parmesan, which is finer. You can do that. But you put this in the oven, and since it's all already hot, all you gotta do is put it in there long enough to actually, because the stuffing's hot.
Heat it up.
Heat
melt
up the bell
cheese.
pepper and kind of, it's
Toasty,
gonna form
yeah.
a crust. It's gonna make a nice little brown color on it, and that's it. And what we
So
do
that's
is
your
we
secret.
plate it, and once we plate it, we're gonna put this sauce that we're gonna finish in the next segment to finish it off.
Now you're really making me hungry.
And we're gonna garnish with some more Parmesan cheese.
So I'm gonna have something to eat, right?
Oh yeah, there's plenty. Plenty for the house.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So let's go do that. I'm gonna put this in the oven and we'll come back and show
Okay,
them how to finish.
join us back from What's Cooking in just a few minutes. Again, welcome back, everybody. We're gonna do the most important thing first. We're gonna finish our dish. We're gonna talk about soiree. We're gonna talk about Piggly Wiggly and Cat Saver, but we need to finish this.
Yes.
Because I'm hungry.
Okay, so let me add the last thing we have cream that's reduced. It's pretty much there. So there is one item that, I put in all my creams, well, most of my cream sauces. This is just some herbs, some tasso that I mince, bunch of onions, colored bell peppers, green bell peppers, all other ones. And we just smother them down with some olive oil. And it's actually just a concentrated mixture. And then we drain the olive oil out of it. And so you don't want to put too much, it's very potent stuff. I'm gonna put a little bit and I'm gonna just stir
it's
it
so
around.
good too. And like you said, it is potent, but it's good.
And you can smell, as soon as you add it, you can smell the little aromatic herbs that's in it.
Definitely.
Also, we have some crawfish tails that we're gonna put in here. And these are just some beautiful crawfish.
It is. Really, really nice.
Now, before I finish that, let me just show you. This is the product we was talking about earlier. This is the product that we use. It's got the certified Cajun stamp on it. Very good product. Of course, you can't really find it
That's what you need to
now.
look for, is that certified, because so many people try to imitate the
Duplicate
Louisiana
and-
stuff, and you're gonna get some places. I mean, we do have, like the Chinese crawfish and everything else, and some people like that, but
Right.
to actually a Louisiana product, to make sure it states Louisiana product.
Right, and if it doesn't have the stamp, it's not certified Cajun.
That's correct.
And
That's
they don't just give that stamp out. So,
Yes.
Okay, so if you can see, we have our nice, really beautiful golden color. All the actual breadcrumbs and the cheese just made like a nice little crust on it. So what we want to do is kind of move this on this side, on this little plate.
No, you get ready to kill me. You get ready to kill me.
Okay, so we have people that come here and order a certain dish on the menu, whatever it may be, and then just say, well, they want this sauce for the bell pepper on it instead of what other way it comes, different dishes. So you take your crawfish cream sauce, and you want to get a bunch of that crawfish in there.
And that's the gold medal winner right there.
Right, and then you just want to kind of go around like that. Simple so far, right? Now I'm gonna actually put just a little bit of Parmesan. You don't put too much because you got some in there already. And then you can garnish this with fresh chives, fresh chopped parsley, or just a lemon or whatever. Something simple.
Very good.
And basically that is your finished dish. It's a gold medal winning Southern Bells from the soiree. I can't remember what year, because again, there was
So many medals away.
too many to remember.
Yeah, I know. And it's worth every medal you got. You've done wonderful jobs with the soiree. Again, we have it coming up. Again, this year is going to be September the 10th.
September
And
10th, the doors open at 5:30. There's a wine tasting. I want to say, don't hold me to this because I can't remember. They had it in the past, but I believe that there is a craft beer tasting also from Bayou-Teche Brewery.
Bayou-Teche.
I'm not completely sure about that, but they have in the past. So there's a lot of different things you can go do from 5:30 to 6.
Right.
A lot of people go and they partake in it and everything. But again, $40 a ticket, and there's 40 plus
something
dishes, and that was last week. I was told that there were 40 plus dishes.
Wow.
So there may be
It's
more
amazing.
now. Right, there may be more now. So $40 for 40 some dishes, that's $1 a dish. It's not very expensive.
That's
And where else can
cheap.
you go under one roof and get, you know,
And choose what you
Right,
want,
right.
really. You know, because some people are, let's say, allergic to seafood or allergic to, let's say, milk products or whatever. You
Right.
can decide what you want.
Matter of
And they
fact,
got desserts, they got,
these are soiree
yeah,
medals right here. I
they
just
got
realized
desserts,
that.
they got,
Right.
they got meat, they got seafood, they got,
Right, if you like desserts, they're on this side. If you like, you know, the meats, there's like 7 or 8 categories: soup, appetizer, soup, yam, chocolate, dessert, meat,
that's my
seafood.
thing. I love seafood. I
So-
mean, seafood and soup, I'm sorry.
Right, but there's
Seafood's my
something for
thing.
everyone.
Yeah.
Something for everyone.
So whatever your fancy is, you just go and get it.
Right, so let me, I just realized we've been talking about the soiree the whole show and never mentioned that it said Evangeline Downs Event Center.
That's right.
So,
Really nice place, well air conditioned, everything else.
go through
You
Mojo's.
walk in, they let you in through those doors. It's closed off to where you have to go through one door to get in,
Right.
so nobody can get in without
It's
a ticket
basically the
unless you're
entrance.
actually working.
If you've ever been there, it's the
Um,
entrance to Mojo's.
Yeah,
Right.
and then plenty of seating available, and
I'd
you
get
know,
your
got
tickets
drinks.
ASAP.
Yeah,
Right. Get your tickets ASAP because what happens is they go pretty quick and usually they're sold out by now, which they may.
They might
But
have,
call
yeah.
your Chamber of Commerce, Opelousas
that's right.
Chamber of Commerce. They give you all the information you can ask for. And they'll save you a ticket or put you on a waiting list for people
Yeah,
if they can't
exactly.
come.
If
with them.
something happens, they'll have some people that pick up tickets. They can call you if you're on the waiting list, and it's really, really worth it. I mean,
Right.
a lot of delicious food. You have a wonderful time that night.
You won't regret
Um,
it. It's the event of the year in Opelousas. I've been going the last 22,
It's a long
23
time,
years.
Yes.
This is their 20th year, but I say I've been going 22, 23 years because it was the Louisiana Heritage Festival before it was taken
used
over
to
by
be
the
the
Chamber of
Jamboree,
Commerce.
huh?
Yes.
Yes,
So I've been doing
yes.
it since then. But anyway, so all these products, that you
You
need,
can find it at your cash saver or local Piggly
Right.
Wiggly store here in Opelousas.
8410 Highway 182 North or 1305 Heather Drive. You can contact them at 948-8199 or
Or-
948-9427.
Very good, Jason. Keep going.
Right.
Thank
So-
you all so much for watching the Woods Cooking Show. We hope to see you all at the soiree. Jason will be there. I'll be there. My wife will be doing some food over there. So come by and join us at the soiree September 5th. And join us back for What's Cooking next week.